Devil's Reign. This is Devil's Reign number 2 of 6 by Chip Zdarsky. Zdarsky. This is the second in the conclusion event for, I guess, Zdarsky's entire Daredevil run. Last we left off, Wilson Fisk has decided to implement a law that outlaws all superheroes, not just the young ones like that was established earlier in the last year or so. There was like a anti-kid superhero law. But now Wilson is just like, you know what? Fuck that. No more superheroes in New York.
Period.
None.
Period. I'm a salty guy.
Yeah. So, you know, all the heroes have gone underground and are trying to freedom fight this whole thing, get it all together. We open this issue with Danny Rand, who is no longer Iron Fist. I remember that being a thing. He is no longer Iron Fist. Somebody else is. I don't know who. He's currently on the phone with Luke Cage, who is with Jessica Jones and Tony Stark. They're on their way to meet up with the underground superhero resistance force, as Tony has announced that he is running against Wilson Fisk in the upcoming mayoral election. So he calls up Danny Rand to be like, yo, let's come with us, man. I know you're not an Avenger anymore, but they're coming for you. This is a very non-discriminatory rule against fucking vigilantes.
Very non-discriminatory.
Yeah, they're coming for everyone, even if you're retired. They don't like it. And Danny's like, all right, I'll wait for you guys here. And that's when Crossbones just pulls up with a whole squad of people. And he's like, you're under arrest, Iron Fist. And he's like, ah, shit. Well, good luck. I guess I'll fight my way through it. So Danny Rand hangs up the phone and just starts fighting, but I guess he's like losing. He doesn't seem to have his Iron Fist powers at all anymore. I'm not very current on the exact situation with Danny Rand, but I guess all he has is regular kung fu fighting.
I mean, maybe... Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him either, but like he doesn't always have the glowy fist, right?
I would imagine in this situation, he would just immediately be like, oh, I'm just in my civvies here. Better light up my fists.
Yeah, you know what? Spoiler alert, guys. Sorry, but he loses. He loses to...
Oh, Def. Crossbones.
To Crossbones.
He's just a guy at this
fodder.
point. He is just a guy at this point.
Who, Danny Rand?
Yeah. He doesn't seem to have the Iron Fist.
Yeah, so he probably does not have the Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And they are... real thirsty for the kid, man.
Yeah, it's not great. So, meanwhile, we cut over to Wilson Fisk's dark-ass room where he likes to sit with no lights on.
So assassins can come catch him.
This is how it just works. He just leaves himself open for assassinations just for the fun of it, I guess. And it turns out Elektra, Daredevil, pulls up to confront Wilson Fisk. And Wilson Fisk isn't scared. Because he's like, yeah, sure, you're a ninja and everything, but you're not killing currently because you're Daredevil and you're following Daredevil's rules. So I know you ain't gonna do nothing. So you know he
suck my dick,
basically.
Right? He's like, so get the fuck up out of here. And as a matter of fact, I got my goons on your ass now.
Yeah,
but for you because you thought shit was sweet.
Yeah, I know that you were like somehow betraying Daredevil with the hand thing, with the whole hand situation. So, you know, they're here in the city now. So go deal with them in your tie-in.
So is that a thing? Is that something that's been talked about already?
Yeah.
No, not the tie-in. The whole that she betrayed Matthew?
Well, the whole thing is with that. It was a while ago.
Is this implied?
No, it was a while ago when they were talking about... Elektra came back specifically to say, yo, I'm like trying to take over the hand. And make it into something stronger, but it needs a leader, and I would like for you to join me as the leader of the fist, which is the souped-up version of the hand.
Right.
So please come join me, and Matt is like, no, I'm not a ninja villain, man. And she's just like, what if I'm very nice at crime fighting in New York? Will I turn your heart then? And Daredevil has not given an official answer, because he's been in prison. So, yeah, apparently, I guess he doesn't know that she's just going along with this plan anyway. So she's going to go off to deal with the hand, I suppose, in her tie-in, which is also going to be written by Zdarsky. So I guess we'll be covering that as well.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, she escapes. We cut back to the underground superhero team of Steve Rogers, Iron Man, Daredevil, this lady, who's she? Oh yeah, that's Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Luke Cage's daughter. She's there. Miles is here too. Miles in his new costume.
Yeah, in his new costume that we do not like yet.
Yeah, his new and improved, debatably costume.
I don't hate that it's a hoodie. I just don't like how it's implemented.
It's just weird.
It is weird,
It's
man.
the mask too. The mask isn't like amazing.
No, it isn't. What the fuck, man? All right, I'm going to let it go.
Yeah, we're not going to be a broken record about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
So they go to the old Avengers mansion because although most of it has been decommissioned and is basically like a tourist trap at this point, there is a secret underground lair that is, not touched at all. Just so they can have a super cool secret base.
Sure.
I'll take it.
Yeah, what else?
They pull up and immediately are spotted by some kids who are hanging out at Avengers Mansion because I guess they didn't think in this public area people will just be here. But they try to... They take a picture of them because, they're all criminals now. And Tony's like, what if I paid you each $1,000 to delete this picture?
And one kid's like, get the fuck out of here. You're Tony Stark. Like, boy, give me $1 million.
Yeah, I want $1 million.
And if you take too long, I'm going to make that $500 million.
Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
But luckily, super cool Luke Cage come through and is just like, hey, guys, I'm Luke Cage, and people trust me more.
And I'll bust your ass. He didn't say that, but that's essentially the vibe he was giving off. Like, yeah, so you guys could have took the 1,000. Now I'm going to come over here and shut this shit down.
Yeah, for real.
Grown man shit.
Yeah, very cool. All the kids are like, oh, cool. Yeah, sure. We'll take it down for you, Luke Cage. Because you'll beat our ass. And also, you're cooler than Tony Stark.
He is.
We like you more.
You're a street level guy.
Yeah, Tony Stark's a billionaire. We don't respect those.
He watches celestial beings die.
Yeah.
Nothing about it.
He's
Never
traumatized.
forget.
Leave him alone. Meanwhile, in the background, you see, I guess one of the purple children is around.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Very ominous.
Ooh, the
Ooh.
purple children, Christian's favorite.
Yo, my favorite characters in the entire Marvel universe, even though I've never read a single one of their stories.
Actually, that's Red Widow. But whatever. And Hawkeye. The combination of them two.
Man, how could I betray Red Widow?
All right, you know what? Side note, I'm sorry, guys. We got to detract a little bit. So, a little bit of history. I used to make fun, still do a little bit, but I used to make fun of Chris because he seemed to always really like the characters without
I didn't
powers.
say I
We've
like
gone
them.
through this already. We've regurgitated this
said
on the
that I like
podcast many episodes ago. But I just want to say how I used to group Hawkeye together with Black Widow. Mostly because of the movie, you know what I'm saying? And they were the only two without powers, and I'm like, why? Why are they there? And which, I was just being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy how much of a pair they are now at this point in the MCU. Even though one's dead,
Yes.
they're not they're a thing, but they're cool. They're a little team, kind of.
Yeah.
They have a dynamic,
Yeah.
and it's just so fucking hilarious. Because I said all that shit before. And they made their own unpowered duo. How cool is that, guys?
Oh, my God.
A duo of two people without powers.
I'll tell you this, man.
Whoa.
I feel like, okay, Josh.
Wow.
Josh does this thing. If you don't actively and constantly tell somebody their hatred of something, he'll assume that you love it.
I mean, Tony Stark doesn't have powers,
much.
right?
Huh?
He just has a lot of
He's
money.
super smart.
Yeah,
Super smart.
yeah, no, but that's not a
You
power.
gotta say with an H.
It is
No,
a
no, no.
power.
If you say with an H, it is
How?
a power. Because it's
Oh.
different from just being super
What
smart.
about
Yeah.
super arrow shooting? Like
No, that's not what he has.
That's what Hawkeye has.
he just has really, really, really good arrow shooting. And it's good enough.
no, his arrow shooting is like the best in the universe.
He
You
is
could
the
just-
greatest arrow shooting.
That's some superhuman levels of arrow shooting.
I don't believe that.
Well, whatever. We're going to have to agree to disagree, or else we're going to be here all day. Me just defending. I don't even like Hawkeye that much.
Or the purple child. That's not it.
You don't like
No,
you don't
all
like
right.
Hawkeye, but you still can't help but defend him.
That much.
Can I explain what happened with the purple child? What went in my head?
Go
so
for it.
basically what happened was that I remember that you really, really liked that old Daredevil run. And at the time I started looking into it and reading it, the whole purple children thing was going on. And I just was like, why are these children so sinister? Why is this such a big deal? But of course, I was ignorant. I didn't understand the story and the layers and it's.
Hey, I did not read that particular story.
You didn't?
The story that I'm talking about always is Mark Waid's run, which was right before that one.
Oh.
Charles Soule wrote that part where the purple children made everybody forget.
Okay, and he was living in the sewers and stuff.
Was he living in the sewers?
No, but they made him feel bad about himself, so he went to live in the sewers. Anyway, so Ben Reilly, Spider-Man.
Yeah, Ben Reilly is Spider-Man now. He's not Peter Parker for some reason.
And he's not Jackal.
To be fair, we have just kind of fell off of Amazing Spider-Man.
That's
so
the
we don't know
Scarlet Spider, right?
Yes.
Ooh,
No.
Yeah.
No, Scarlet Spider is Kane, I believe.
No, but he's a Scarlet Spider
No, I'm
as
pretty
well.
sure Scarlet Spider is
Because the
Ben
event
Reilly.
during the Spider-Verse
He probably
event, the
was.
side event was Scarlet Spiders with an S.
Oh, okay.
And it
So-
was Ben
The Scarlet
whatever.
Spider I'm familiar with is Kane.
Kane. Yeah.
So this guy, Ben Reilly, probably is a Scarlet Spider,
Yeah.
and I'm bugging.
Yeah, he is.
But
Ben-
there's multiple people who've worn
Kane
the
is
Scarlet
also
Spider.
the Scarlet Spider.
Let's just
Scarlet
say-
Spider is just whoever's a clone.
Yeah, let's just say that Ben Reilly was the first Scarlet Spider.
Okay, I'll take it. He's currently Spider-Man for some reason. So he's currently at the Daily Bugle. I forgot this little detail. I was like, oh right, he's not Peter right now. So you know,
What's the difference between them? Is he just angrier?
Ben is a clone.
Yeah, but like, what's the difference?
Ben's way more troubled.
Yeah, he's had a past.
So he's like, the
And
Jason
also, if
Todd
he
of
gets
Spider-Man?
killed as Spider-Man, it's not as big of a deal as killing Peter. So it's like, nice.
Nice.
So he's like the Jason Todd of like Spider-Man.
Yes.
I guess. I mean, all the Scarlet Spider, all the clones of Peter are kind of like that.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the Batman family is much more defined than
Definitely.
the Spider.
The Spider folk.
There's a few that have a whole series dedicated to them, but it's come on, this is the Bat family.
Yeah, for real.
Ain't no comparison.
No.
Except for Miles, who's probably better than most of the Robins.
He was a start. Spider-Verse was a start. You know what I'm saying to all of that, but come on, Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, Barbara.
Wasn't there a time that nobody
Tim
liked
Drake.
Jason Todd though, and that's why they killed him off? They
I
literally
mean-
voted him out.
Yeah, but
Yeah. I mean,
the majority of people in this country have voted for a lot of things that I don't really agree with.
yeah. I mean, not that I've read Jason Todd's
Jim
original
Crow.
stories of him as Robin to really know or feel like that was unfair.
Separate but equal,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that was
Questionable.
voted in
Sus.
by majority.
The death of Jason Todd, which is equal to both of those things, is equal scale.
True. That was a bad vote.
Anyway,
We need a
So,
recount.
Ben fucking Riley,
He pulls
Spider-Man.
up. There's the Thunderbolts have apparently started taking people hostage now to draw superheroes in. So Ben Riley's like, well, I can't not go in and help people. So he pulls up. It's Taskmaster and Whiplash. They're there, and they've been tasked
Who the
with.
fuck is Whiplash?
He's the villain from Iron Man 2.
Oh, he's actually a thing.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I knew he was a thing, but he is just. I feel like he's such a rare villain. Like
I haven't
is
seen
really
him.
rare.
This is actually the first time I'm reading a story featuring him.
I haven't heard his name since
pretty
I watched
lofty.
Iron Man 2. Like that's the last time I heard his
The
name.
actor did a great job, in my opinion.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
think
mean,
they're good.
it is funny to see Mickey Rourke play a computer guy. He's just this big, beefy, like, yes, I
So is
will
he-
do computers.
So is he really just like Electric Whip Man?
Yeah.
Is that all? he
Yeah,
is?
but he's really smart too. It's just,
I feel like your criteria for people with no powers is if they're really smart, it's acceptable. But if they're
no, he's still a lame. I'm just trying to explain like he's more than just electric whips.
Let's say he's probably corny too, especially
He's pretty
in this
lame.
issue.
He's pretty lame.
Okay, so Ben Riley pulls up and, he does his like Spider-Man thing. He's like, I'm not going to let you hurt these people. And Taskmaster's like, that's cool because we're just here
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
fine. That's exactly the plan.
We're just kind of here for you.
He said, "I'm Taskmaster, bro. I'm not these regular villains. I'm not even a villain.
I'm a questionable anti-hero, maybe, kind of.
He's definitely not an anti-hero.
I'm not a good person.
He's a villain. Yeah, he's not a good person. That's just.
yeah.
He's not a good
There's
person.
different levels of villains. It's just villains and just not good people. We cut over to the Mirror Myrmidon, which is the prison for super criminals, where
News to me.
yeah, where Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic are just casually having a prison dinner, and they have power dampeners, so they don't have their powers in this prison, obviously. Two goons decide to pull up on them and try to shank them. And it's like, hey, Mr. Fantastic, you don't look so fantastic now, do you?
Despite the fact that I'm dressed to the nines,
Yeah,
I'm still packing
basically.
heat, and I'm gonna
Kill him.
pull out my weapon.
Yeah, but his wife wasn't playing. any
Yeah, she
game.
just takes her food and just smashes this dude's face in.
Yeah, she cracks his head open with a metal tray, with a metal food tray.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they're about to link together and fight like regular people, like Josh hates.
They have power dampeners. It's fine.
So, the guards come in and break it up before shit gets too crazy. And they break them up. They have a cute little moment where they're like, stay alive, okay? Always. And they kiss as they depart.
I know, it's adorable.
Very
And it
adorable.
hurts.
No, no. Mom and Dad.
So are those other dudes they were fighting also have powers?
Probably. I mean, this is a prison for super criminals.
They didn't have power dampeners on.
That's true.
But
So they're just random. They
you
just
could be a
threw in
super.
random
I think
dudes?
it's not about the abilities you have, but about the damage you've caused.
Well, it says super-powered criminals specifically.
So
What's going on here? What's we found a chink in the armor.
They're like-
Zdarsky.
they're
Well,
they're like, oh, they don't have superpowers. Let's just throw in some fodder, like some prison fight.
Like,
bait.
maybe they forgot. Maybe they have power dampener anklets.
Yeah, maybe it's on somewhere else.
I have the power to be very inconvenient.
My power is plot convenience. Meanwhile,
I have the power
Other
to make-
regular people look really cool.
I have the power to get beat up by an average trait to the face. We cut over to the sub basement in the city hall where Dr. Octopus has been having a grand old time in Reed Richards' laboratory.
He sure has.
He's having the greatest time of his life. First of all, he's like, this is the best I could do, Fisk. And he seems to have the purple man inside this real weird diamond thing.
Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, yeah.
Sonic.
Yeah, I recall. It's for the people.
It's for Brian and the others. Yeah, for the other people.
Dude, we need that drop of Obama saying chaos control.
Obama said that?
No, it's like a meme. Like they use like I don't know, what is it, like audio generated. Like they basically like pulled a bunch of words together and put them together, and it's him like making a statement
Wow.
about the chaos emerald.
That is really
Well,
so
super
fucking
disruptive
funny.
that you could do something like
Well,
that.
guess what? Next week, Chaos Control drop.
Yeah, we'll have
chaos control.
Yeah. So Purple Man's in a Chaos Emerald, and Dr. Octopus is explaining that apparently this little staff that Wilson is carrying around has like the Purple Man's finger,
pimp
which
staff.
allows him to not have the exact same control over people that Purple Man does, but he can coerce people. He can kind of nudge people in the right direction of what he wants, but he can't flat out control them. For what unloyal ass Wilson Fisk tries it on Otto, and Otto's like, nice try, Wilson, but I've used my brilliance to make sure that I wasn't really gonna be under control of this shit. I'm not stupid, dude.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I was actually surprised because man, I was bold to do that to Kingpin. But at the end of the day, he's just one fat man. You know what I'm saying? What does Otto care? He doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah,
He said, "Fat boy, I'll tear you apart."
Wait, does Wilson Fisk not have powers?
Wilson Fisk is just, he's incredible. He's strong enough to like really hurt Spider-Man, which is a big deal.
Yeah, it is a really
He's also durable enough to get like slammed
Yeah.
through fucking skyscrapers. And
He's
shit.
just like weirdly overly durable for a normal human person.
yeah. Why?
You just reminded Josh that he is just nothing but a normal human being with no superpower.
Well,
But he's not. Like
I will say that I'll put
he's
him.
so gangster. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'll put him under the same little bit of suspension of disbelief that I do for like normal characters in manga that are just can just uppercut people 25 feet in the air. So that's
so you're saying that he is like so gangsta that he literally has like an aura of like.
That's what I'm saying,
gangsterness.
and what Chris is saying is that he's willing to just overlook it because he does it so many other times for much more.
Yeah. like Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dr. Octopus goes away. He's like, all right, I'm done here. I'm gonna go do shit on my own now. And Wilson Fisk is just looking away at the possibilities of what the Purple Man grants him. Meanwhile, Elektra is just in some weird snowy field, and it looks like she's being hunted by Kraven the Hunter, which is actually kind of cool. I like
that.
Kraven.
Is a cool. I'd love to see that fight 1-on-1, but you know it ain't gonna happen that way.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that this isn't
never
even the
does.
same Kraven. You remember
Oh
that?
yeah, that's his son.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he's
That
new and
story
improved.
was like when we first started doing the podcast.
Was it?
man.
Yeah, it was okay.
I remember the last hunt. I thought the last hunt was
Yeah,
cool.
it was cool.
We got a lot of fun out of that.
It was one of those events that was cool until it wasn't. It's just
So-
like the clone conspiracy.
So what's good with Kraven? Is he actually like a top tier Spider-Man?
No,
villain?
he's a big deal.
I like
when he
Kraven a lot.
when they
His whole concept is that he's just like a fucking hunt. He just like hunts Spider-Man down until he's dead.
yeah, it's not about him being a villain. It's about it's very personal because Spider-Man is a spider. He's an animal creature, you know.
And not just that, he's just like he's like technically a rare specimen in his eyes. So he's like, I'm hunting the greatest thing to be hunted ever. Is Spider-Man.
Sure, I mean, there's plenty of other weirdo creatures out there, like
I mean,
the X-Men.
I feel like Spider-Man is attainable for just a guy.
Sure, I guess this is the most interesting specimen that I could realistically probably
If I really work hard enough.
get. Yeah, you got to put an asterisk there.
If I lift enough, I could take him. So yeah, we cut back to the Avengers arriving at the basement of Avengers Tower. Everybody starts talking about Tony's plan to run for mayor, and they're like, "Yeah, about that. We like the plan. We just don't think you should personally run for mayor." And Tony's like, "What? Why?"
Just completely. This is believable because as smart as Tony is, he could also be just like with everyone in real life. I mean, you could still be
Heartbroken.
no, well, yeah, but I mean, you could still just not be aware about certain things. You know?
Yeah. No, yeah, they're basically like, well, if you run, it'll be just two millionaires going up against each other, and that's not, like, really attainable.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, Wilson is just a convincing guy, so he could easily make you look like a bad guy.
That's
because-
before the Purple Man stuff.
Yeah. Even if he didn't have the Purple Man stuff, it would be pretty easy to make Tony Stark look like a bad guy. So they suggest that Luke Cage actually run for mayor, which is a cool idea for the Marvel U in terms of like the street level heroes. I think it's a cool thing.
And then Captain America validates it. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Cosigns.
Yeah. He's like, Luke's the right
Yeah.
choice, Tony. And
That's it.
no, basically he said like, well, Luke has the clear ability to kind of inspire people. His speech the other day just like it clearly inspired folks. So, you know, he has potential to be a really good politician for New York, even after Kingpin is gone, if they even get him. He's probably the best for it. And also another reason is that Luke is the only person who's never worn a mask, so people
That's
trust
a
him
really good point.
more than Tony, who, although people know who he is, he's like hidden behind armor all the time. He's like so high up on his ivory tower. He's always
Plus,
rich.
Iron Man has shit to do.
Yeah,
I guess. I
At
mean,
all
it was
times.
Tony that said he wanted to be mayor.
yeah.
But,
He's like, Tony, you have to get back to our dead celestial hideout and help us be Avengers. So, no,
yeah, you can't
you can't just chill out
be
here.
the mayor of New York City, Tony.
Also,
Right, kick
Tony
fucking rocks.
Tony does things like gets sent back to prehistoric times.
Yeah, he does casually go missing a lot in time and space.
So not really good for a guy who's supposed to be the mayor.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't vote for him.
I wouldn't vote for him. He's a menace.
Yeah. Luke Cage pulls him aside. He's like, "Hey, man, this isn't about ego. It's about us beating Fisk. We cool with that?" And Tony's like, "Yeah, I'll help you.
guess. Don't worry."
I'll give you all the money you need for your campaign."
By the way, also very political thing for him to do.
I mean, he seems still disgruntled about
Very
it.
smart.
And they made a huge point to
Yeah,
show that
and
he
I'm
was disgruntled.
And I'm like, man, I hope they don't really like fuck Tony up in this one. Would make him like super petty.
they're not gonna make him a villain, right? But yeah, he might be super petty.
Imagine they're like, yeah, Luke Cage never wears a mask, never wears armor, and then they're like, all right, now that we got Tony Stark funding this campaign, let's give this dude an Iron Man suit, fucking full on mask, flying through the sky.
Definitely.
Turns
Meanwhile,
shit show.
back at the Daily Bugle, Ben Reilly is in the middle of fighting both Whiplash and Taskmaster. Taskmaster is actually giving him the business.
Yeah,
where Ben Reilly
remember this is Ben Reilly,
not Peter Parker.
But the way he's talking about it does make sense. He's like, man, look, Taskmaster is one of the best hand-to-hand fighters. I mean, I'm really good too, but I'm not. Spider-Man does not have an advantage in that situation, right?
Well, it's also that
And-
he's fighting inside with a bunch of people around, so he
Right,
can't.
right.
He probably can't maneuver as much, especially as an inexperienced Ben Reilly. So he's just hopping around, and he's like, "Well, maybe I can get Whiplash's ego to turn against him," and he does that pretty easily. He just says, "Hey, I thought you wanted to be A-less Whiplash. Why are you just letting this guy beat me up?" And he's like, "Well, fuck you. I'm gonna beat you up." And yeah, he just causes major problems. I guess like he comes in and then like Ben Reilly knocks him out immediately. So that's cool.
right, but what happened here? Did he get electrocuted just now by those whips?
Yeah,
That wasn't his power, right? Yeah,
He took the brunt of
his.
his whip and then he just went bow, knocked him out. But that causes him to just be arrested by Taskmaster. I guess he was just trying to take care of the one problem, which was Whiplash. Solve the problem he could solve pretty immediately.
Yeah,
So Taskmaster puts the power damper on him and then just kicks him out the window.
that was fucked up.
Yeah, Spider-Man doesn't have his powers currently, so he's just like, shit, I need to
Right,
break
and one
my
of those
fall.
powers is durability, unfortunately.
Durability and landing on things well. So he's just like, fuck, I gotta break my fall. And he tries to use his web shooters.
Oh, man,
he doesn't
this
have
is
his super
rough.
strength anymore, so when it pulls on him, he dislocates his shoulder. And he lands on a car. And
Yeah, he falls from fucking like 30 stories high, man.
yeah.
As a normal person.
Well, I
Right?
guess like in theory, like the web kind of broke his fall a little
Right,
bit.
right. So he didn't, that's why he didn't die. But
Yeah, he's not in good shape.
he's real close.
He's like, ow.
The Reaper's right in the back. Like,
Hello, Spider-Man.
The South Park Reaper.
yeah.
Yeah, the one's just like on a
Watching
tricycle.
like,
I never got a Spider-Man before.
I didn't think it was going to be this soon. Shit.
Yo, when we calling Peter Parker back? Because we're about to be lacking some Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Then we get the kicker. We hear Otto is just chilling in front of this big interdimensional gate that he found in Reed
Looking
Richards.
super ominous, man.
I mean, this is a cool design for him.
Oh, yeah.
Young Otto? Sheesh.
Is that what it is? This is young Otto, right?
Yeah, I don't know how he got this new body, but I am a fan.
I miss Superior Spider-Man.
Don't we?
But
all?
not him replacing Spider-Man. Just him being his own.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That was a great series.
It was a great series.
So yeah, he's like, as always, Otto Octavius understands true power. True power is this cool interdimensional gate that Wilson Fisk is not taking advantage of right now. So, he's like, but I'm doing shit, and my plans are superior. And coming through the gate are evil versions of the Hulk, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine.
And they all have back stuff. Like Dr. Octopus.
Are they all
Yes,
variants of Dr. Octopus?
Even, I don't know if they're variants, but maybe.
I did not
Bro, look at
notice
Ghost
that.
Rider's back. He has the chains coming out of it.
Yo, that's crazy.
I know.
Oh, can this be an event?
It by itself?
Oh, I'm here for it. And that's where the issue ends, actually. With Dr. Octopus being like, I'm doing some real cool shit down here. Fuck Wilson Fisk. He could have New York. I have Hulks. And I have Wolverines with octopus things.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that the octopus pieces on them makes them unbeatable in his mind.
Yeah. This is pretty cool. I feel like this main event has been like build up for the tie-ins that are to come. You know, the stuff with Elektra and Craven. With, I guess, Otto is going to be doing stuff. Luke Cage is going to have like a little mini series tying into this, which I guess we'll cover his mayoral run. So I'm guessing that this main series will be like kind of a facilitator for the branches of story that are going around. But as it stands, it's actually pretty cool. The artwork is fantastic. I believe it's the guy who's been like mostly drawing Daredevil up to this point, and he's like really putting in the work. I'm enjoying this event so far. Do you have any thoughts before we move onward?
No, not really. I mean, I want to see what's up with the tie-ins. I think the story's been cool so far, but yeah, I want to see what else is going on in the city. This is one of those events, in my opinion, that like I feel like will really similar to like the Thor event, when everyone invaded Earth and all of that. The tie-ins really helped, like it synergized well with the main event, because kind of the point was like it was like an all-out war. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't feel like, oh man, they just want us to get these comics. I really felt like, oh man, like I'm seeing this whole war going on, right? Like on all fronts. And if you don't see one of the series, you're like missing out on, and not like about it being important to the story, but you're missing out of the fun. That's a good event in my opinion with tie-ins. And that's how I kind of feel here, because like, man, it's basically, like we said, Civil War 2.0, like a remix, just on a slightly smaller scale. But I mean, the conflicts with the heroes and villains, that's really cool. I mean, you know, I'm a grown ass man, but I remember being a kid. That was like the coolest shit ever, like the most memorable shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh no, they're ganging up on the heroes. Oh shit. I mean, it's still cool. It gives you that feeling like, oh damn, like, man, I don't know what the fuck is about to happen to Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
I don't care that much because it's Ben Reilly, but
It's not Peter.
I have no idea, and that's exciting. It's interesting.
Definitely. Yeah, I've only read the main series for Civil War, but I find myself enjoying this version of this kind of story a little more. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Civil War originally was like, I guess it was just like trying too hard to like force certain conflicts between heroes, and I feel like this is like a kind of better way to do it while still having some kind of conflict. I mean, we see like a little bit of Tony probably like, I don't think he would sabotage the whole thing, but I feel like there is something up with him. There's definitely a point being made that he's not thrilled about what's happening.
You know what? I'll make a prediction. It's not about Tony being salty about not being chosen. It's that him being the mayor it was deeper than just getting Fisk out.
Yeah, definitely.
He had his own plans. I think that's for sure what it is.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think I'm all good on Devil's Reign.